Whoa.
People hear what they want to hear.
Yeah, but it's like quoting something, you know what I mean? It's the Applebee's menu. It's like reading Mark Twain out loud.
What's up, baby? Welcome back to another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian Licata. I am your host, Gary G. Garcia, along with my partner in misinformation, Brian Licata. It is so good to see you, man. We have a special guest with us today for one of our comics to watch, comedians to watch segments. We got the talented, the very funny Kate Herman.
Hello.
I'm so glad to have you on the show, Ma. It's a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
I met Kate at, remember I did that show, that industry show back in the day that I told you about? That I didn't want to do it, but...
Yes, I believe so. I do
yeah,
recall.
and I met her there. And you know what I was just thinking today, Kate? Every time that I've actually performed with you, I think they've all been shit shows. I don't think I've actually seen you in front of like a great audience, and yet you always do well. She was on our first show over at the Canna Arts Comedy Club in Astoria with Apollo Buds. That was a shit show, the first show. We didn't do no promotion, but she crushed. And I met her there, and that was a shit show, dude. It was like some industry show with a whole bunch of people that just weren't listening. I don't even know why they had comedy.
It was weird.
It was insane. What am I hearing there, dude?
The next year.
Oh, that's so funny.
What are you watching over there?
I was watching the January 6th hearings. And it ended, and I guess like after, like on C-SPAN or whatever.
That's dope. All right, no, that's perfect. Actually, welcome to the show. Okay.
It's so good. It's my favorite.
Now, the January 6th hearings is what about when they stormed the Capitol? Yeah,
today they went through. It feels like I'm taking like some sort of like college like lecture class or whatever. But like today we went over. When he called Arizona and Georgia and tried to get them to like change the numbers of votes.
who did? Trump?
Yeah. And in Georgia, he had the best line. He's so funny, you know, like he had the like Georgia. They're like, we can send you, because he like said that, I don't know, that some conspiracy, whatever. But they were like, we can send you the link to like show you. And he was like, I don't need your link. I have a better link.
Who said that? Trump?
Trump did.
Is Trump even being like, is he on a stand or something like that? Is he being questioned or anything? Or they're just looking into like...
No, these are all like, because they're...
emails and phone calls?
Well, yeah, because like in calls are like recorded, you know, between like public officials. I
see. Now, are they trying to bring him up on any charges for like inciting the whole thing?
I feel like right now they're just trying to be like, yo, like this is what happened. This is like how things work. I think they're just trying to like, it's like inform America of like facts.
What went down? Have you been following that at all, Brian?
No, because basically what you're saying is that like it doesn't really mean anything right now what they're going through, you know? Like
yeah, but did Johnny Depp and Amber Heard mean anything? I was fucking engrossed. Like, like I just like any sort of like.
We watched it for like, I ain't gonna lie, we got caught up for a second with the dookie in the bed. The what did he call it? The fecal delivery.
See, during that whole process, me and Gary were going down a couple other rabbit holes.
Yeah.
So I couldn't stay on Amber Heard, so I didn't listen to that. But with the January 6th thing, I don't really care enough about the whole event to really listen. I think that's kind of what it is for me. You know?
Did anybody get killed? I think somebody got killed though,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. It was like a cop, right? Didn't like a cop get killed?
Or a guard?
2 Capitol Police died.
Yeah, 2 Capitol Police, yeah.
And then that girl, Ashley Babbitt or whatever, when she like broke in through the window, she got shot by security.
Oh, well, I mean,
but it was like nuts. I remember like watching it on like the news, and I was like, holy shit. Like it's, you know,
I honestly don't even know where I was that day.
Oh, yeah.
I honestly, I don't even remember it happening. I'm so desensitized because the truth is by that point, I stopped, I think, watching TV altogether. I think I stopped, well, not TV, but I stopped watching the news altogether because, you know, that happened like right after the whole COVID shit was bubbling, right? Was that
Mhm.
after
It
the
was like- it
lockdown
was
or
in-
during the lockdown?
It was January 6th, 2021.
January 6th. So January.
Of
So it was
20 of
cold.
21. Yeah, of 21.
She's
Yeah,
like,
we
it
were-
was January 6th. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I know the date, but I'm just saying, I don't know, if that was
The COVID lockdowns happened in March of 2020. So it would have been like 9 months.
Yeah, but then
Into
remember in the
COVID.
winter we got kicked back outside. Remember we could go inside for a minute and then they're like, never mind. And like I just remember it being winter and holding like a can of hot water, like I was in the Great Depression or some shit, like outside, like trying to like stay warm and like drink a beer. And I was like, this is fun and normal. Like
she's trying to stay warm and drink a beer. I love that.
You could
Yeah, I
tell
mean,
that.
you were in New York the whole time that went down, the lockdown.
I went home. I went to my dad's house in Connecticut where it's like a family compound. Like everybody like generationally like has, so it's like a lot. I went there and made it like
I feel like your
60s.
great grandparents probably owned some people. I'm kind of feeling that way.
Well, they were
They were
on-
indentured servants. They weren't slaves.
No, they didn't get here till like after slavery, but they
All right.
definitely like were from Germany and Italy. So I can't say that they had a stellar.
I can't say that slate is completely clean.
Don't worry, if it's not one, it's,
We all have our things, man. We all.
Oh man.
yeah.
So what's your take so far on the January 6th thing? Can you fill us in on like what, where we're at?
So wait, but
I mean-
there's nobody up on charge? Didn't somebody get
Well, because they're
found
not.
guilty of
So
that whole
what?
thing?
Well, because this isn't like a trial. Like what this does, it's like an intelligence gathering thing, basically. Like they're putting together everything so that they can send it to the Justice Department, and then the Justice Department would be in charge of like indictments and stuff.
Mhm.
See,
but
I
like-
don't-
But there is like a lot of like footage and like they like because they're showing everybody's like depositions too that they did, and so
Oh
like
my God. That's
it's
awesome.
fucking entertaining. Like it's very entertaining.
Gee, we should
like-
get into We should get into this. You're right.
Yeah.
We should get into this, G. We should.
It's a lot
I
of
don't even
behind the
understand what's
scenes.
going on, to be honest, because
Let's,
that's like
let's dive
deep
in head
politics.
first. Yeah, dude, we need that though. We
There's
need
only
that.
4 of them. You can catch up. You can catch up pretty quick. The first one's like an intro, so they show
You
like
can
all the
catch up.
stuff from.
And she said it's an intro.
Yeah, it's like one of those like intro episodes where they like introduce the main characters, and then but it's still good. It's only a couple hours, but then it gets like good because the second one's about Pence, which is like nuts. I think it's the second or third, and another one was on how
Like,
everybody kept telling him like he lost the election, and he was like, "But I didn't." It's been 3. That's how many people and how much like they were like, "You lost the election though," and he was like, "No." It went on for 3 hours. There's so much information. It's
Of
so
them
good.
telling him he lost and him refusing to say he lost.
Yeah, him be like, "No, I don't think I did though." Like I can't tell if he like really believe. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he like has convinced himself now that like
In all reality, like I just
Yeah.
can't believe that was the choices.
yeah. Oh,
You
I'm
know.
never happy with anybody. Like, but
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
I
know.
never really cared, but I mean, at least it was, I don't know. It's hard to say.
This is a picture of me with Mike Pence.
Yo, zoom in. Let me see that fucking mug of yours, dude.
Hold on, let me. I gotta save it to my desktop real quick. Hold on.
I gotta see that mug of yours. Look at you. You look like that kid in the 5th grade that was like the tallest one, fully grown.
I like how the black kid's like mirroring his stance perfectly.
All right, hold on.
See?
Oh yeah, look at that, man. He thought it was a TikTok challenge. Let me see. Oh, look at that mug, dog. How old were you?
I was 17, maybe 18.
And
What
you're
was this
telling me
for? What Boy Scout troop is that?
No, I was doing video work for a contracting company that had a contract with Pence's office. So we worked in the same office.
she bought a Boy Scouts. I just
That's-
watched that thing on Netflix about the Boy Scouts.
What?
Uh-oh.
I don't know about it.
Oh my God, yo. 82,000 people have come out to say they were abused in the Boy Scouts.
I mean, is that at all surprising? Like-
Not at all. They were talking about how it was like the perfect place for pedophiles. They all joined as leaders. They would take these kids into the fucking woods away from their parents
They
alone.
like want to wear those uniforms.
That was the
All
worst
the
part
time.
about it. Were either one of you in the Scouts? at all?
I was a Cub Scout and I became a Weeblo. Pretty odd, right? Weeblo. I guess that's where they get you ready. You know what I'm saying? Because I wound up dropping out. I was a rebel back then. I rebelled. I didn't know how much I was like, how much of a how safe. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened was I was supposed to go on a camping trip, right? This is what made me leave the Weeblos. And it's weird that they call them Weeblo. You
Say
know,
it. I want you to say it 17 more times.
Weeblo. Yo, but check it. So I was supposed to go on a camping trip with the Boy Scouts because the Weeblos were like right before the Boy Scouts, and they didn't really get to go on the camping trips. But like I think maybe once or twice a year they would let them go. You know, that's where they would what do they call that? Grooming. Groom. That's what they would groom. I didn't realize it. So I showed up late. Of course, I was like 10 minutes late, but at that time it wasn't my fault. My mother had to bring me there. I got there just in time to see the buses leaving. And I remember I was so upset.
That's like missing a flight out of.
I was so upset at my mom's, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew we were going to be late and they left. And because they left and they didn't wait for me, I told them to go fuck themselves. You know what I'm saying? I literally went there too and was like, I quit this bitch as if it was some big deal. Like they cared if I went. If I was better looking, they would have waited. You know, because little do I know, I might have been saved.
Yeah, I know.
For all I know, those kids went out there and they all sucked mad dick. They were all forced to suck dick out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what kids went or what became of them to even ask, but I wouldn't be surprised.
We should try to interview a couple of them.
I don't even know. I don't even remember like who was in my troops. And I still got my Cub Scout uniform.
Yeah, with all the patches.
Yeah, with all my patches, dude.
It still fits, she says.
No, I wanted to be a brownie or whatever, because like all my friends were doing it. And like I just like as a kid, I just like wanted so badly to like fit in. You know what I mean? Like I was like, well, if everybody's doing this,
was it awkward because you were so tall? How tall were you in the 5th grade?
I wasn't like crazy tall. I didn't really have like a huge ghost friend until like middle schools, like. But like when I was like in 2nd grade, I was just like, oh, if this is like, I was very easy. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, like if everybody's doing brownies, I want to do brownies. My mom was like, you're not fucking doing brownies. I don't have time for that. And like, it costs money. And like,
see, now did that happen a lot in the Girl Scouts? Is there a lot of like abuse in the Girl Scouts?
I mean, probably emotional. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Well, they work them to death with the cookies.
But the cookies are so good.
Yeah, but they slave those girls over the cookies.
I was never into the cookies.
They're out there hustling those things, man. They're like $6 or $7 a box. Those things aren't cheap anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Now.
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Is there still a Girl Scouts? Didn't they combine them?
That's some woke shit.
That's what I thought. I thought for some reason like girls are allowed to join the Boy Scouts now. So if girls are allowed to join the Boy Scouts, then what's the then it's just the Scouts. I think it's called the Scouts now.
Yeah, that makes sense. More accountability.
More accountability.
No, I
think the pedophiles are just like, listen, man, you're cutting out a whole bunch of like people that would be that would be here as troop leaders if you allow little girls in as well. I mean, I don't even know how that's still around. I don't even know how they're still around. How parents still to this day will still.
I mean, how is the Catholic Church still around? That's the other thing
I watched that thing about this Catholic Church where they freaking like 200 something children, yo. But
I wanted to be an altar server too.
I saw one with an all girls school. That was horrible.
Oh yeah.
It was like 80. It's on Netflix. Now, if it's on Netflix, can we actually believe this shit?
I think so. I mean,
I guess the information's out there. You could double check everything, right?
Yeah, but what are you double checking it against?
On Google. You can trust Google.
Yeah, all of Google. My friend gets all of his news from Yahoo, and I'm like, that's weird. Like, I think that's really weird.
Yahoo.
He doesn't use Google. He uses the Yahoo search thing. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
He's always like, we found an alien today. And I'm like, fucking Yahoo. Like,
Do you believe in aliens?
no, I mean, I don't know. No, I don't believe in like the movie, like chupacabra looking like thing. You know what I mean? Like,
They never
but
look good.
they never
Aliens
look good,
don't, aliens are not, I mean, why would women even want to believe in aliens? I can understand why men want to believe in aliens, because when you see female aliens, they're always hot. They got like an extra tit. They still got their bodies. They might have some fucked up, like crazy thing coming out of their heads, but their faces are still pretty. Men aliens are not hot at all.
Yeah,
unless you're into like those, you know.
I like the ones that have
like,
the mouths within the mouths within the mouth, you know?
That's interesting.
Yeah. Those ones are cute.
Even those ones are cute. Even though they never have nice mouths. It's never like scary. You see the one Mick Jagger lips and it opens up.
I don't want to kiss any of that. They're like,
you know what I'm saying? It's always like these two big fangs and the littler fangs, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But,
yeah, male.
Like, but I've caught a few Ancient Alien episodes and like, that's funny. Like that stuff's funny.
I can't even watch it. I
just like they go, we are not alone. We were never alone. And I like live for that.
Well, there's a lot, you know, there's people coming out of like government jobs.
Yeah.
And they saying that we met aliens like in the early 70s. That's why we had that big
that was that boom. Cult that was that cult.
I heard this white group of kids sitting in front of the
Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate. Well, they thought they were gonna get picked up by aliens. Yeah, but I mean that was not too long ago. That was like in the 90s or something, the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, we've been stupid for a while.
Heaven's Gate. When was Heaven's Gate? Check that out.
I think that was in like the 70s, 80s. But I don't know.
I know. I remember when it happened. So it had to be like at least the 90s because I remember thinking, what a bunch of assholes. I remember
the suicide was in 96.
96. See, that's I was 26. Because I remember thinking, what a bunch of assholes. They were all eunuchs. They were all eunuchs. See, that's when I leave the club.
Oh, eunuch. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
No. Hard no on that.
That's when I leave the club.
They did all have weird names.
See, that's what I don't get it with cults. Oh, so I heard this group of kids talking about cults and what they liked about cults and didn't like about cults. And one person's like, well, when I look for a cult, I like to look for a cult that's into the same things I'm into. Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, it's like literally the definition.
That's the whole thing of the cult. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It starts off with yoga and then you're sending over your life savings to like Costa Rica.
So and moving there.
Yeah, exactly.
And fucking moving to Guam or some crazy fucking spot.
Because somebody's doing tax evasion and it's not you.
Exactly.
It's your leader, man.
I mean, there's a bunch of things that would make me leave, even if I still believed in the message.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I still believed in the message, the fact that, like, because when you look at those cults, the first thing they usually do is start to control, you know, the sex. Like, can't have sex. The minute they do the can't have sex, isn't that why I joined the cult? What happened to that free loving?
Yeah.
Well, that's how they usually start out like that. And then
that's what I'm saying.
Somebody gets jealous and like, you know, somebody else wants to, you know, and then they split up everybody.
Well, you know, one always tends to get jealous when the leader of the cult is fucking their woman.
Yeah.
Because that always happens too. But the leader of the cult is like, God spoke to me and he told me he wants your wife to fuck me. And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
And they allow it and just walk around with grudges. You know, and then by the time the news shows up, they're interviewing them and they're like, you know, what do you think of the cult? They're like, yeah, it's a great cult. Yeah, you know, everybody here is really, you know, we're good, we're all happy. He fucked my wife. He starts fucking out and
I feel like the second that they're like, we're all gonna die now, I would be like, yeah, no, I'm good. Like,
I mean, I don't know
like that's like.
Well, now, yeah. See that.
I don't understand that part of like how it gets to that.
Yeah, but see, in order to get to that, you first have to get through all the controlled sex shit, because that's usually where they start. They usually start with like, if you look at that movie I talk about, Bad Religion on Netflix.
I don't think I've seen that one.
These motherfuckers should be sponsoring us. It's called Bad Religion. The dude Michelle. Look it up. I gotta show a clip of it. This dude walked around in Ray-Bans and Speedos. Ray-Bans and fucking Speedos. and people are following this motherfucking idiot, yo. Even to
I
this
want to
day,
start a cult now.
even to this day, people are still following this moron, and it's like,
But what was he teach? Like, what was his like philosophy?
the dude walked around, and he moved them over to some camp. I don't even know what.
Bad Religion?
Yeah, I think it's called Bad Religion.
Mike Dimkich?
Yeah, Michelle. Just put Bad Religion Netflix cult movie. Put that in, and if I said it wrong, it'll pop up. But like this dude was nuts, yo. I forgot like what he had them all believing, but he had them he moved them to this place. He had them all doing Broadway, like he had them build this shit that was like Radio City, like bigger than Radio
This
City
is
Music Hall.
amazing. How have I not seen this?
I don't know, but it's so entertaining. He built like this fucking theater, and he had them putting on these elaborate fucking
Bad Faith?
Is it Bad Faith?
Yeah, I'm not finding it, bro. What the fuck? Bad Faith?
Nope. No, that's not it. That's about a serial. That looks bad.
Serial killer?
No.
Hold on, now we're all just looking for it, man.
Well, yeah, I have to find it. Did you dream it?
No, I didn't
No,
dream
he's
it.
just royally fucking the name up. This happens a lot on the show. Who like try to tell me to
That's
Google
why-
something, and he's so far off that even Google doesn't get it right. We need Yahoo. I should Yahoo it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably where you're messing up.
Oh wait, is it Wild Wild Country?
No, Wild Wild Country was great though.
Also, that's probably one of the best documentaries on there, I think.
Yeah. I thought it was a little long. By like the 7th episode, I was like, you could have done this in 4, but
Yeah, for sure.
The Keepers was the other one.
The Keepers was all right.
The Keepers was horrible. That's the one where they were raping all those freaking Catholic girls and like pimping her out to
Yeah,
the
but I
freaking.
went to Catholic school and I didn't get to be on. You know what I mean? Like I'm a little bitter about it still.
So am I. I said I was an unmolestable child.
Yeah.
You know, like they didn't even
I'm
wait
just
for
like-
me.
I was so funny. One of my friends used to be an assistant for Harvey Weinstein. And so when all the Me Too stuff came out, she was like pissed that he never hit on her. He was like, she never tried to do anything with me.
That's
like, what the
fucked
hell?
up.
Yeah, that's a little.
Yeah. She's like, what do I hit?
It's a little insulting, right? It hurt her a little.
It did. She was so mad.
So what's the name of this documentary?
Oh, all right, hold on. Search for the Speedo
Oh, wait, is it-
wearing guru.
Is it the Bikram? Is it the yoga thing?
Nah,
Bikram? No.
it's this dude right here. Hold on. I'm gonna send this to you, yo.
Oh, the
How do I share?
FLDS one was good too.
How do I share this, man? Oh, here it is. I'm gonna send this to you, Brian. Yeah, this dude, and he had them putting on these shows, right? He had them putting on these shows. He walks around in Speedos and Ray-Bans, and he, you know, and he's throwing like fruit in their mouths and shit. And it wound up, he stopped everybody from having sex.
Damn.
And then it came out that he was banging all the dudes. And everyone was surprised. And I'm like, why were you surprised?
So it's a musical theater cult?
It was a musical theater cult, first of all. The dude walked around in Speedos with Ray-Bans, and he stopped you from banging your ladies. You didn't think he was fucking the dudes? What you think he was doing?
Did the dudes cry in the like when they do like the interviews? Like, do they cry like victim-y? I love that.
I think one might have, to be honest.
Yeah, like watching like grown men cry because they were touched as little boys is like right up there with like proud dad moments. Like I love it.
You know what's fucked up is she won't get canceled for that.
No.
That's what's fucked up. If I would have said watching little girls cry, I
Well,
would have got canceled.
because I went through it, you know what I mean? Like I got my own history, so
I guess you're allowed to do it, right? If you've been through it, you can do it.
Do we want to
but
play
yeah,
a little of
that's
this,
the-
G? Do you want to
Yeah,
play a little
bit of this.
All right, we'll play a little bit of the video.
Check this out. This is what I was talking about. Play a little bit of this.
Shout out Spotify.
I need volume. We need volume.
Oh, you don't have it?
No. You always do that.
I don't always do that. It happens.
And then you're always
It-
surprised that we don't have the volume.
It happens because I clicked the button, but it didn't fucking work.
I'm not mad at you.
I'm angry that it's not working.
I'm not mad at you, dog. It's okay. We got it. There you go.
Amid the idyllic beauty in the Hawaiian island of Oahu, behind the secluded
Oahu.
home draped for privacy, sits one of the residences connected to a mysterious spiritual group to which Murdy Hauer once belonged.
It's got the
I gave
eyes.
25 years of my life to this, and I woke up and I realized I was duped.
Dick.
Hauer's former group is the subject of the film airing on CNN called Holy Hell. It offers a decades-long
Holy
look
hell.
at a spiritual community that went from Los Angeles to Austin, Texas, and now thrives with more than 100 followers in Hawaii, led by an eccentric and charismatic guru who goes by multiple aliases. He's often seen throughout the documentary wearing nothing but Speedos. His face, former followers
Chucky
say,
Fruits.
distorted by apparent plastic surgery and surrounded by adoring followers like Hauer.
We call it a cult. The best word to describe after you get out is cult. Of course, they would say we're not a
I'm
cult.
so excited to
They would
watch
say
this. I feel like
we're
I
just
did catch
awakening
part of this like a long time ago.
But without a
Yeah,
doubt,
you can
for
stop it. You can
minutes,
stop it, dog. Yeah. Do you see the dude? Like, that's another
Yeah.
thing. Like,
I'm like, how do you look at that guy and you're like, oh,
I wanna follow
he has
him.
all the answers. You know, like okay.
exactly. Like, how do you look at that guy and actually convince yourself that that's someone to follow?
Totally. I
It's so great because in that scene they show where they're chucking the fruit,
Mhm.
and you see how that one girl's missing it. He chucks one at somebody and they grab it and they put it in their mouth and he goes, "You cheated." Because he talks like with this crazy fucking voice too. It's insane. Like it's not even just the look. They didn't even show him in the Ray-Bans. I'm upset.
Oh, he wears-
good
Then he-
'cause-
He starts rocking like dark Ray-Bans all the time.
so like, did they pay him like what?
They gave up everything to him, like most cults. They gave whatever money they got to him, and then they moved to fucking Hawaii with this stupid ass.
In Hawaii's nice.
But you, I guess you probably always look at the bright side of things, right? You'd be sitting out there, part of the cult. You'll hear the other cult members complaining, "This sucks, man. You know, I gotta wash the Speedos, and he only lets me wash them with my hands. He won't let me
My
use,
ass hurts.
you know, my ass hurts." And you're like, Hawaii's a nice place, though.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. Look at these sunsets.
But yeah, you know, it's just, and what's crazy is that came out, right?
Well, that's what people
And-
are doing now with that whole like JFK Jr. conspiracy sect of like QAnon, whatever. In Dallas, Texas, people left their families, everything, went there. One family I was reading, like they did like an interview with Vice or whatever, and they were like, yeah, our mom just like disappeared. Like she's like with this cult. They tried to get her and put her in like a psych ward, and she like could check herself out of that and went back to the cult. It's like nuts. And now
I know
it's
a
like,
dude who joined the cult.
yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen him since.
that makes
Yeah,
sense.
and he came. He was one of the sons of one of the owners of a job that I was at,
Wow.
and he was actually like one of the head dudes there. They were grooming him to take over the company, and his ass joined the cult and left the company and moved away from his family, and he's in a fucking cult now. Last I heard, he's still in it. I guess they're still letting him have sex. I mean, but who knows? You know, these idiots, they tell them to stop having sex and they just do it. That
Yeah.
would be the minute I leave.
I'm with you. I'd probably like leave once they realize I didn't have anything to offer. They'd probably kick me out. Like, oh, like you know.
Well, nah, it
you know?
depends. It depends because, you know, you could recruit.
That's
It's all
true.
about what you
am-
have to offer.
I can be slightly manipulative, but like,
Well, you're a woman and that comes naturally.
no, I feel like for sure, like even if I like got through everything, when they're like, we're gonna die now, it's just like I couldn't do it. Like I'm like I wouldn't like. How do you just? You're like, yeah, I'm good to like kill myself with this. What the hell?
I mean, these people are people, I guess, that are, I mean,
it's like
they-
a parasitic.
they have no
like-
lives anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like they have no lives anyway. That's
Yeah, I
why they're
guess so.
joining this thing.
Yeah.
So I guess if everybody's acing themselves, then, you know, what's the big deal?
Yeah,
You ace
I
yourself.
guess in that situation, I'd probably like if everyone was doing it, I'd be like, well, I guess,
Everyone's
like-
doing it. You know, look, if everyone's drinking the Kool-Aid, what's up, y'all? You know, if everyone's drinking the Kool-Aid, I'm gonna drink it too.
Exactly.
Jim Jones, man, that's a messed up thing right there with that. Well, first of all, it's messed up that they say he drank Kool-Aid because he didn't drink Kool-Aid.
It was not Kool-Aid.
It was not Kool-Aid. It was the cheaper version of Kool-Aid. It was
Hank.
Flavor Aid.
Flavor
That's what it
Aid.
was. Flavor Aid. So
Well,
Kool-Aid had to take the rap for that. They had to sit on that as if they drank Kool-Aid and killed themselves, but it was Flavor Aid that they drank. And like it's terrible, yo. I've watched a bunch of
You
those.
couldn't even get the good stuff for the like last hurrah.
Yeah, he figured who's gonna write a,
You think
who's gonna leave a bad review?
Yeah, right.
You know what
No one's
flavor
gonna-
it was? That's
Grape.
That's the real question. Yes,
Was
grape.
it grape?
Scary.
Grape is
Was
right.
grape?
It was grape.
Damn.
It was grape.
Yeah. And what's crazy is most of those people were white. You would have thought they grabbed orange. You would have thought they would have used orange.
No, the red one is universally accepted. I feel like,
The red, yeah, you would have
Yeah,
thought they
the
would have
red.
went with strawberry.
or the blue.
The blue one is good.
I love that,
always-
like, no one ever says blueberry or anything like that. Everyone always just says blue.
Well, yeah, like that's what the flavor, like the flavor is red.
Is that the flavor? I thought it was strawberry.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
No,
what
you
it
could
is.
be right,
Fruit
though.
punch.
You could be right, like in Kool-Aid.
They call it fruit punch. Yeah, fruit
Oh,
punch.
fruit
usually,
punch.
Usually, yeah.
That was their spokesman.
But a lot of people, did try, like you said, when they started giving out that Flavor Aid. A lot of people tried to break out. They were like, nah, I'm not doing it. And some of them got shot, and others were forced.
Yeah, that's so crazy. There were,
I
like,
mean, it's crazy.
so
Is the
much-
dude
there's
was
a
like
ton of
on
them.
all kinds of drugs. He was mad, like on speed and shit, up for days, walking around. Another one with the glasses. People, pay attention, man. Like there's like these tall tale signs. It's not even like they're doing anything new. It's like a cycle of the same old. It's almost like they buy a playbook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a playbook. They're either gonna make you run out and kill a bunch of people, or they're gonna make you try to kill yourself. Either way, you're going up against the government, and you're eventually moving to some crazy fucking land. You know what I'm saying?
Those
Like
are
either
the two
way,
inevitabilities.
it's inevitable. You're moving to some crazy land. See, like that's the first thing.
Mhm.
Like that's the first thing they do. They move them to that place, away from everything.
The compound.
Yeah.
The commune.
The commune. Yeah. Man, there was really a
And
lot
it's
of those in the 60s and 70s. What wasn't there? Gee, do you remember back then what it was like?
I met someone who grew up in a cult, and they didn't see their first black person until they were like 23 years old.
Whoa.
They thought that they didn't exist. They thought they were just something on TV, like characters made, like aliens. And I said, but didn't you watch? And they didn't really watch a lot of TV because they were like, I grew up in a cult.
Right.
So they were like, TV wasn't something that was in all the houses or anything like that. We saw what they wanted us to see. Had to escape.
That's not.
I mean,
yeah, man. I
pretty
mean,
functional.
you even think about like,
for what they've been through.
I'm not going to call Amish a cult, but imagine those kids when they like spring
Amish
out.
is totally like kind of a cult because like it's a really abusive religion for women, I guess.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just watched my own documentary on Netflix on
What was it? Please share. Please
it's
share.
an Amish one on Netflix. What's it called?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. But like where does the line draw for what is a cult versus what is a religion? You know?
I mean, Catholicism is a cult.
Forget-
I was raised Catholic. That's a cult.
Yeah, it is
You
kind of
know.
it is kind of culty.
It's
I take back
it's-
what I said. You're right. Amish is a cult. So is the Catholic
yeah,
Church.
right. I'm
You're right. Change my opinion in real time.
I mean, it's not a cult like because you think about it. Fucking what is Scientology?
Definitely a
It's
cult.
Oh
very
yeah,
culty.
it's called Sins of the Amish,
Sins of the Amish.
and it's on Peacock.
All right, I got all those free
Me
streaming.
too.
things, man. Fuck TV, man. Fuck cable. I got all those free streaming peacocks and all that.
Exactly.
I just downloaded like another 7 the other day,
My favorite is Discovery Plus. It's
and I
all
can't stop
murder.
watching Daily Wire now, man. I joined it just so I could watch What Is a Woman, and now I can't unjoin it because I watch all the other shit now. I hate that I'm watching all this like right-wing propaganda shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's really what it is, but it's like in it is a lot of truth and shit. So it's like, come on, man. You know, come on, left. Come up with something to come at these people
They
with.
got the
They are,
judiciary. There's the January 6th.
nobody cares about the January 6th shit.
Yeah,
You
they
even said it
don't.
yourself.
Yeah, we don't.
You're
Yeah, nobody
watching it like you
cares.
watched the Johnny Depp trial.
Yeah.
You're not watching it because you're like, oh, I hope
Well,
these
it's
people pay.
it is
You're
wild.
watching it because
No, I mean, of
it's
course, like
hysterical.
well, yeah, because you have to, because or else it's just so sad.
I mean,
It's like they had a girl on today who had to quit being a poll worker because Trump came after her, like said her by name, that she was like rigging the election. She was like a normal US citizen who like got harassed, had to move, like all the shit. Her grandmother got pizza sent to her house, like to pay. So like it's
you
nuts.
got what sent to her house?
That was like a confusing one to me because they said they would send like hundreds of pizzas to like this old lady's, house, and then they would like demand payment. They're like, you need to
Fucking pizzas.
Oh yeah,
people.
Pizzagate.
Ding ding ding.
You know, we don't get it, but that's the equivalent of like waking up with a horse's head in your bed with you.
Yeah.
Instead of that, they send you pizza. A bunch of pizzas.
I'd rather have the pizza for sure. Doesn't seem like. I mean, I guess if it wasn't free.
I mean, when you get pizza in a box that's 3 foot tall by 2 feet wide.
Yeah. There's like a giant pizza place and I think it's in New York somewhere where it's like a whole like table. Like,
who wants to do that?
I don't know. You have to go like
I don't understand people who want to
tourists want to go to that shit.
Yeah.
Because even out here in Atlantic City, they go, come to Guy Fieri's restaurant. They got meatballs the size of your head. And I'm thinking about that just, of course, like in the actual sense of that. And I'm going, who would want to eat a meatball that big that you would think saying meatballs the size of your head sounds.
How many cows are in a meatball? Or is it pork?
And the size of your head?
It's like Cheesecake Factory portions like always weird me out. And like their menu's too big. I'm like, none of this food can be real. Like, how do you keep all that?
Haven't you wondered about that, man? Like when you go to a diner, their menu is 6 pages.
Yeah, but see, the diners are
everything.
The diners a little bit different.
Because it's all the same ingredients, just like made different ways.
Oh, okay.
You know,
yes,
like
make a way around.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yes,
but
they still got everything from seafood
like
to
Italian,
fucking
Chinese. Like they have every cuisine that you can get, like lo mein with like chicken parm, and like it's like too much. And then it comes and it's like I've only been once and it was so uncomfortable. Like I was like, what is this, a challenge? Like the plate was like
well, you know what it is, they don't want the food to go bad and the menu is so big that you order something they don't make a lot of. You order something that they order all the time and watch how that portion shrinks. I'm just telling you, it's supply and demand.
How can you even figure out what the most ordered item is when you have 650,000 items? You know,
it's like that at
computers
Denny's too.
You know, usually.
And I always say I like Denny's, not the Denny's, of course, over here on Tilton. Fuck them. But the one over there in Absecon that take care of me, even when the place is packed, because I'm there all the fucking time. So they always take care of me. But their menus, I always say they got like a dope kind of menu. Like I look at their menu and I'm like, I want to try that. I want to try that. I want to try that. And then I go there and I get 2 eggs, bacon, over easy with toast. And, you know what I'm saying? Like I never get it. I always go, I'll stick to what I know, which is the 2 eggs, bacon, toast. But everything looks so good.
Yeah.
I just never try it.
Their cheeseburgers are actually surprisingly good.
Yeah, Denny's is the shit, man.
It's not that bad, actually. It's really not that bad.
It's a diner. It's a diner, people. It's not a restaurant. It's like a diner.
I just go to the 4-way deli down the block. They make the best.
Yeah, but you're in New York.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to say fuck you so much to you right now that you're in New York and you can go across the street and get a bacon and egg pretty much any time of the day.
Do you have a Chili's? Is there a Chili's by you? That was my jam. I fucking love Chili's.
There's no Chili's in New York?
I mean, maybe in like Times Square.
Yeah, Times Square. There's probably one. Yeah.
Where like I get so much anxiety whenever I have to like go through there. I had to
Chili's.
walk through there at night once, like recently, and I was like, oh God. Like,
What's that movie?
it's so
Hall
intense.
Pass. Remember that movie Hall Pass? When he says, y'all are going to Applebee's. Man, you got a hall pass. You going to Applebee's, man? We gotta go out and get some bitches. We gotta go to where the bitches are. And he goes, all right, man, we're with you. Where we going? And he goes, Chili's. Is that where he goes, or is it the opposite? I don't remember these things. My mind is.
I don't know if they still have it, but up until like even a year ago, the last time I went, Applebee's still had the Oriental chicken salad.
Isn't that like wrong to say?
I don't know, but it was on the menu still, and it's delish.
It is. Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Because I went to a place the other day, it said Oriental cuisine. And I'm like,
Oriental's actually been not allowed to say since 2008 was actually the first time I was told I wasn't allowed to say by somebody.
Yeah. But no,
I mean, I know you can't call the people that. Because when I was growing up, I ain't gonna lie, that was like, I'd be like, what's wrong with saying Orientals? Ain't that what they are? And they're like, no, Oriental's a rug, motherfucker. And I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, Danny. Because we had Danny.
I thought it was like Latino, bro. You know, Oriental was just like, you know, from.
Yeah. I had no fucking idea. But
maybe because it's sad, like it's definitely not like an Asian dish. Like you don't like if you went anywhere in Asia and you're like, can I get an Oriental chicken salad? They'd be like, we don't have salad. You know what I mean?
They just give you a salad.
Like they just like you're like whatever
and be offended. They just come up to you with the salad bowl, looking at you like this.
Yeah. So maybe if it's not
throw
real
it
in
down
the first
and
place,
then
it
walk
doesn't
away. You go out there, you're like, yo, can I get an Oriental salad? And the dude just turns around and you're like, what's his problem? You're like, you don't even realize it. He just comes back with a bowl of a salad, just a regular salad, just looking at you like, and he throws it down, the salad flies up onto you and shit because he's offended. I don't know how they're allowed to do that. How are they allowed to say that?
I don't know, but I want one now.
What's even still on the menu?
See, I was about to say something that would have definitely got me canceled. I'm so glad I didn't say it.
Say it.
With age. And I was going to try to clean it up. And even cleaning it up, it wasn't going to work.
Oops.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you shouldn't say the word, then why still have Oriental salads, you know?
I don't know. They could just call it.
That would be like having
salad.
faggot fries.
It looks so good.
N-word nuggets.
Wait, is that the
I'm glad I slipped that through without nobody hearing. You have to rewind that one to hear it. What's it say?
Yeah, I don't know.
What are we looking at? What were you looking at just now?
I just had the shit up. No, the
what shit?
Working. The Oriental chicken salad. I don't know why the picture's not coming up anymore.
Ah.
So good though.
Another conspiratorial moment. Unrated G.
Yeah. There's no
they
picture.
Don't want you to expose.
You saw it. Didn't you see it? You saw
Yeah,
I saw it, right?
Yeah, maybe go back.
Yeah, let's just see what the menu is. Maybe it's because it was going into this is very strange. All I can get is a 1 gallon soda.
That's all you can do. And this has been another conspiratorial moment brought to you by Rated G, because we all know every single thing we're talking into now is listening to us.
It is.
You got your computer listening to you. We're talking into our computers, but it's also listening on the side. You got your phones. We all got phones. We're being listened to on so many different things. It's incredible.
But see, I like because like on Instagram and shit, like, you know, like all like and anywhere, like ads pop up, but I'm like always like thinking about random stuff. So like I'm happy when I see more ads that I couldn't be less interested in, because I'm like, you don't even know me. Haha, tricked you, computer, stupid.
Well, that's why I try to fuck with the shit I'm on. I watch all kinds of random shit just to like
keep it confused. Exactly.
Keep it guessing.
You'll never.
I just finished watching this documentary on TikTok. And how it's
it was on TikTok, or it was about
no, it was about TikTok. It was about TikTok and how TikTok is just, you know, destroying the fabric of humanity.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure.
And it was talking about how, you know, they figured out how to trigger those dopamines, you know.
Well, my sister did it too, because the sound, they talk how like the sound in the video is like tenths of a second off. So like your brain is like trying to figure it out because it knows something, like, so it keeps you like glued to it.
Really?
Oh. Huh.
That's the new one. I didn't hear that.
Maybe we should start doing that on this show.
Exactly. The fact that we even do an hour long podcast is like almost I mean, they say it's unheard of, but the truth is those are the ones I watch anyway. They're all about an hour long.
We do.
I have a good attention span. These fucking young people. But they were saying how, like, with the TikTok shit, man. I mean, I said it before, way before, about how the algorithm is so good on TikTok that it, wound up working against them, because now you got all these fucking maps. You got all these minor attracted people, aka pedo fucking files, going up there and looking up like young girls dancing.
Right.
And then that's their feed the whole day. They're just out there. They have to turn off comments for children. But my thing is, why do you even got your children putting up videos on that shit, yo? Like how? I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy how sad things have become. Nobody thinks so. You're a younger generation.
Yeah, but I hate all that stuff. But I did I posted jokes. So I didn't think Instagram was ever going to be anything. So I only posted pictures of my cat until my agents are like, yo, can you post pictures of yourself? Because I model too and stuff. And they're like, it's actually a tool. And I was like, you're a tool. I was like, fuck off. I don't want to do it.
You're a tool.
And then but then it became, it was became somewhat a thing, So anyways, I started posting my jokes on there, and now I'm getting trolls, and they're my favorite. And so they'll be not funny. And then I'll go to their page, and this one dude, it was the best. He was you're better on mute. You're stupid, whatever. So I went on mute. So I went to his page. They're very funny. So I went to his page, and one of the first photos was a picture of his daughter, right? So I liked it, and then I wrote, "You have a beautiful daughter." And then I just do it for everybody. Last night I did one where the guy was this is, he just was boring, and I sell houses, and this is boring. I was like, okay, whatever, dude. And so I went and I found a picture of his family, and I said, "You have a beautiful family." And another kid did one, and he's a music dude, and he posted a track, and I liked that, and I said, "Great track." I just go after them.
You go on them, and you actually kill them with kindness.
Exactly. I slaughter them.
I love. She's like, I got him back though. I went to his page and I told him, "You have a beautiful family." I'm gonna make him just feel like a dick because he feels guilty.
I'm like, do you want somebody saying that to your kid, dude? Your dick.
What, that you had a beautiful kid?
Yeah, you got a beautiful daughter.
He probably took that as a threat.
I hope so, because it was kind of.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a threat. If you say it in an Italian accent, you have a beautiful daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be a shame if anything was to happen to her. You know what I'm saying? What a beautiful family.
I find that offensive.
Keep talking shit. You find that offensive?
I find that offensive. It's prejudice against the people. Just keep saying Oriental and making fun of Italians, Gary. See how far it gets you.
First of all, I didn't. I actually brought up the fact that isn't that the wrong word to use. So fuck you.
Whoa,
people hear what they want to hear.
Whoa.
People hear what they want to hear.
No, but it's quoting something. You know what I mean? It's the Applebee's menu. It's reading Mark Twain out loud.
Or like Brian would say, it's like singing Biggie lyrics out loud, right, Brian?
No, now you got to do Ninja. Yeah, you mess up enough times at karaoke in a public bar, and you learn that
You learn don't do no hip hop. Stay away from gangster rap.
No, Lil Wayne Amelie is like that, and then The Whole World by Outkast is my other go-to. Very good at them. My sister and I sat with the Outkast.
What is it?
Memorized all of the
Brian, you do karaoke?
Absolutely not.
What
Ever.
is it? That's because
I don't get Italian. I don't get it.
Yeah, what is it? What's the attraction? Please tell me.
Tina
Kate.
loves
I don't know. You like microphones?
I feel like yeah, but I
he's not gonna do it if he's bad though,
Oh yeah, but I don't think I'm bad.
But what are you talking? Well, no one thinks they're bad.
I know that I'm not a singer, right? But I don't think that I am, especially like if I'm a little drunk, like, oh my God, I sound just like Mariah Carey. You know what I mean? And you can't tell me otherwise. Like, yeah, I hear the same thing you're hearing. It's fucking like a
So you think you
bird.
sound good?
Yeah, I think I sound fantastic.
I don't know what it is, man. It's like I never even saw anything in it that made me want to do karaoke.
I don't know. I mean,
And they go, dude, you was in a band. I go, yeah, if I want to sing in front of people, I put on a show. I get my band together and I put on a show. I'm not going to go to
so it's
karaoke.
beneath you is what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying it's beneath me. I mean, I understand people are having fun, you know, and I think that's cool. But it's this such a fucking, like, you know what I hate? I hate when I go there and there's actually a really great singer that didn't make it. And they kind of like, I like when there's a person that just sings really good and they're humble about it. But you get those people who think like it's their show.
Oh, it's an American Idol audition.
Yeah. They acted like
We're
it's
gonna
their
get them to
show. Like we
Hollywood.
all came here to see you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't even know who you are. We didn't come here to see you. Don't ask me to participate. You know, go back and forth,
Or
come
they
at me
like,
and slap my hand. What do you?
they do like the saddest, like slowest, most boring song. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, but we are still like at a bar. Like, you know, it's
I saw these two girls do Despacito, and they didn't even know any other word but that.
And that one too, they just end up screaming like, yes,
yeah, they didn't know anything. So it was basically them just looking at the screen, not being able to catch up on anything. I'm like, why would you? We already know you're probably gonna, you know, not sound great, but why would you not even pick a song that you would need at least?
It has to be the right song choice.
Yeah,
and song choice is important.
It is the most important. What would your song choice be if you were gonna do it though? You've never
Brian knows. Brian knows.
What song I would do or what song you would do?
What song would you do, Brian? I guess I would do I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor.
Wow. I was not. I'm like, now you have like, please, like just a little.
Brian, what would be your song? You know the song, you're just afraid to say it. What is it?
What do you mean?
Spit it out. What would be your song?
Well, I mean, there would be a couple different songs that I'd want to do. Ice Ice Baby
one more
would be one.
One more like gay than the next.
All right.
That would be fun.
What would it? What was the first?
Ice Ice Baby. The second one, if it was Christmas time, I would want to do Dominic.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait. I actually got a vision of you doing Ice Ice Baby. I had the vision, dog. I could see you going up there. Wait, stop looking. Listen, I could just see it. All right, go ahead. Continue. I just had to get the vision through because it was fucking.
Just like going so hard.
Yeah, I could just see him, bro. Amy Vivavi, motherfuckers. Go ahead.
But if it was Christmas, if it was Christmas time, I would do Dominic the Donkey.
Oh, Dominic the Donkey is such a great song.
Thank you.
I never even heard of it.
Jiggity
jiggity. Christmas donkey. La la la.
What? I never heard this song.
That would actually.
Did you grow up with an Italian family?
Oh, it's an Italian song.
Yeah.
It's the Italian Christmas donkey. No, those dicks in my Italian side of the family used to sing happy birthday to baby Jesus. Both me and my sister are born in December. They don't celebrate our birthdays, but they bring out a cake for baby fucking Jesus and then play the Italian Christmas donkey song.
The best part is none of that is Italian at all. That's just like some New York, Northeast. You're Connecticut? That's Connecticut Italian shit. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's
what,
crazy.
You don't sing happy birthday to the baby Jesus?
No, man. But there's a lot of really weird traditions in Italian American culture. Very, very odd and bizarre. One more different and weird than the next.
We started playing White Elephant for Christmas so that we didn't have to buy everybody gifts, you know? And like for 5 years now, it ends in bloodshed and like feuds. People don't speak until like the next, like it's so not, and I'm like, we're not capable of playing this game. I don't know why we continue to do it. Like it's just
what is White
drama.
Christmas?
It's like where you buy a gift like everybody buys a gift and then you pull numbers and so then you like can pick
And
a
then you
gift
could take a gift from the next person. That's the worst fucking thing in the world. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. That stupid ass game. I hate it because the person who goes last is the one who's going to get the best fucking gift.
Yeah. And
the person who goes first is
my cousin's stupid new girlfriend who like is inciting all this like drama in our family right now. They're all like old too. You know what I mean? It's like they're nearing 60, you know, like you should be. But anyway,
it's the dumbest shit. Everybody stays within the limits, then someone buys a fucking iPad.
Who's cheating to go last? It's like they're dumb gifts. There's a $50
limit. So hold on. There's always someone who buys an iPhone or something. There's always someone who goes, I'm going to get a dope gift. And
no, I had the greatest gift. I got Yankee tickets and they're underappreciated.
Exactly.
Nobody liked, they all suck. You know what she cheated to get? You know what I know, right? Idiots. But you know what
you should have got a Met tickets. That's what it is.
No, they're Yankees people. But like
apparently not.
I was disappointed in them too. But she cheated. She cheated to get scratch off lottery tickets because that's what kind of trash she is. Like it was crazy.
This is your cousin's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, we should call her and get her in on the show to respond.
Yeah, go for it. They're not talking to like, she's like made it so that he's not talking to his mother.
But what was the gift? The scratch off lottery tickets?
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Did the tickets win anything?
What?
Did the tickets win? They were scratch offs. Did they win?
Oh, I don't know because I chose not to like communicate with her from before White Elephant. But like, I hope not, you know, like I hope they didn't win. It was just so weird. I'm like, why?
Imagine you haven't heard from her because she hit for $1 million.
Well, the crazy thing is like my cousin's like rich, you know what I mean? So like, and she's like,
those are the ones who win.
But she's like, it's like they're very like gross people when it comes to like that money stuff. So the fact that she cheated to get the scratchers, I was like, it's very on brand.
What did you wind up with that year?
I never cared because I never like anything. I ended up with like probably a power saw and like got like a speaker or something probably because she calls in from Hawaii. I'm just trying to get out of there without having too much to like tell my therapist. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to make it and survive. And also everybody was like not really drinking this year. And so I was like just by myself drunk, like just wasted.
You could drink too.
Yeah. Well, that's because my mom's side of the family is like the cool side of the family that I like. And they're the fun ones, but I always get stuck going to the Italian side eventually.
And what's your mom, German?
She's my dad's dad is German. That's in his side of the family. We don't really know too well. I wonder if he was an only child or something. Because my grandmother had like a ton of siblings. Anyway.
Yeah, see, I have the same kind of family. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
my mom's side is like
I have a few cousins that I know, but other than that, I really don't know the whole
Jack and Welsh or something
thing of my family, man. You know, grandparents I was never really close to or any of that stuff. So
they all died kind of young, so I don't get to. But I still
never met my grandfather.
But my aunt's like though, like my mom's sister's like fun. You know, like normal. I feel like I have to like be on my best behavior when I go to the Italian side because they're always like trying to judge. Like my cousin's like the one who like I did a campaign for Cadillac one year and it had just come out and he was like, oh yeah, like we're always because he like works in like a car dealership and he was like, oh yeah, like I can hook you up because like they're always looking for models at like the shows and I was like, that's not what I do. Like, what do you think? Not that there's anything wrong with that, like fine, but like
doing the modeling at the show, basically, where you stand there like a bikini and spin around on a thing next to a car.
Yeah, I was like, is that what you think I do? And he's always like, are you still like doing your skits? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? Just like to be a dick, you know what I mean? Like he knows that it's like rude. And he's not being funny though.
You're in like commercials, right? You're in like TV commercials, and he's asking if you want to do that. That's fine.
Yeah, and like billboards and shit. And he's like,
I mean, I'm naked on a billboard.
How much did you have to pay to do that?
I didn't even get paid, man. I just get stage time. That was my Illuminati in what do you call that? Indoctrination.
Yeah, you passed the first test of grooming.
I passed the first test of grooming. Oh, that's another thing I started watching now too. Woke teachers. I can't get enough of them.
What do they say?
You go on TikTok and they got these woke teachers talking about coming out to their third graders And I'm like, what the fuck? How sad of a person you got to be to look for validation from children?
I do. I'm like,
You
why don't
do?
they like me?
Why do I believe you? That's the
Like
funny
if
thing.
there's a kid in a room and it doesn't love me, I'm like, that's probably a bad kid. That kid will kill you for sure. Like I'm just mad that they like don't. I'm like, I want them to like me.
I just don't. I mean, listen, I don't understand why people search for anybody's validation at all, to be honest. But I guess I could say that because I'm pretty liked. You know, I'm not. But the truth is, you want to know something? I wasn't always liked. I mean, like I said earlier, I was an unmolestable child. Not even the people who like little children liked me. I wasn't always liked. I was actually a very lonely child and shunned a lot. It wasn't until I stopped looking for people's validation and was like, fuck everybody. That's when people started getting drawn to me.
Yeah. You got to be a well,
You know.
not be thirsty. That's like when there was like a serial rapist in the Lower East Side, like, I don't know, 15 years ago. And we're all like, we don't need to worry about it because we're too easy. You know what I mean? Like if the rapist.
Oh, you
to,
said
like,
there was
us,
this.
we'd
I
be
thought
like,
she's,
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I
We'd
thought
be like-
you said that's like when I was a serial
That's what
rapist.
I heard too.
That's what I heard. And I was waiting to get into this conversation. And as you went on, I realized you said when there was a serial rapist, you were like, we're so easy, it doesn't matter. Is that where you were going with that?
I guess so. Or like what, like I was like a little bummed that I didn't get like proposition. You know what I mean? Like Ted Bundy, I'm sure like there was like some cute girls that were like, oh, why didn't he like me? You know what I mean? Like, am I not pretty enough to get murdered by, you know?
Well, how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I want to be 26 forever because it seems better. But I'm 30.
So 26. Oh, 30. Yeah, you just went past the age of serial killers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get into your 30s, they don't want you no more. I mean,
Statistically,
every now and then,
statistically speaking, but there's still hope
that's
for you.
statistically, you still
Yeah,
might get
there's-
snatched up because you don't
Yeah.
really look 30, so they still might accidentally grab you,
Yeah.
you know.
There's
But my
hope.
days are over, you know. I'm in my 50s, so nobody's snatching up 50-year-olds. You know, I was of low value, man. I was a low value child.
I know. My dad was always like, nobody would kidnap Kate. She's too annoying.
I think they might kidnap you, but they'll probably bring you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, come to regret the decision.
Yeah, they'd probably bring. I could see that happening. Actually, I could see just in the short time that I've known you, I could see you getting kidnapped and like becoming very comfortable in the situation, making the best of it, and then them returning you because you just fucking annoyed the shit out of them,
Like,
telling
Yeah,
jokes.
at least the
and shit.
basement has a window. We get 3 hours of natural light every day.
No, the chains are fine once you get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'd get kicked out. That's how I'd get kicked out of the cult too, you know? You'd be like, eh.
I don't even know. Like, I couldn't even see me getting even swept up in that shit, like at all. But I guess, you know, like I said, you're looking at people that are very.
Dude, we're kind of in like an unorganized cult right now with all the conspiracy theories we go down. Like we're in a group of belief.
See, that's what they like to do, though. They like
disbelief in everything, which I feel like lumps us into something.
that's
you
because
know?
they always got to put people in groups, man. But I'm an onion. You know, there's many layers to me, man. I'm not that easy.
They all
You can't-
stink. They
And they
all
all stink.
fucking stink. And they make you cry.
Exactly. You understand me. You know me like nobody else, Brian. No, but it's the truth. I hate when they try to group us all up, man. They try to put you in a, why I gotta be in a group? I'm not like everybody else. I might have some, you know, things where I agree. But then once you're in the group, it's like if you don't agree with some things, then that group is like, fuck you.
What's your top conspiracy theory right now?
My top one is the whole feminizing men
Oh,
so that they can create a weaker country and a more controllable society.
do you think so? That's what's happening.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get because the way they're hitting up the children now with all this non-binary, you know, men aren't men, women aren't women, confusing them, trying to get them to, you know, like just now, you know what they just said? Remember the chick who was swimming? What was her name? Her name?
Leah Thomas.
Leah Thomas isn't allowed to swim anymore. So everyone's like, All right, boom, back to normal. But it's not back to normal. The rule says that if you transition before you're 12 and before puberty, then you are allowed to play on women's teams. So really what that rule does is it keeps that chick out of it, but it's also kind of making people make decisions sooner if they want that child to play in women's sports. You know, and you're saying, well, who would want them to do that? Somebody who has a fucking little boy that they want to raise as a little girl who happens to be really good at basketball.
This is like so conspiracy, because it's like how often do you think that that's happening?
Well, see, that's the thing. The thing is, it's less than 1% of people. You understand what I'm saying? You're talking less than 1%.
I feel like it's just about inclusion and not really about.
And see, that's the thing. And they're saying that TikTok actually is one of the biggest problems they're having, because what's going on is, and now you want to know what it is, check this out. Before, right, transitions were mostly dudes into women, right? Mm-hmm. That was like the most. There was still chicks transitioning into dudes, but it was mostly dudes transitioning to women. Now it's the other way around. It's more chicks becoming dudes, right? And they're saying the reason this is happening.
Do you think it's just that people are more comfortable, like?
See, they try to say that, but in all those, but in all of the things that have come out, like, you know, when people, you know, started coming out more as gay, the percentage didn't rise as high as it has risen just in the last 2 years with this community, which is only 0.00001 or whatever. You know, it's a small, very small community. And now it's the other way around. And they're saying it's because on TikTok, they got all these, you know, people saying they're trans, and they're not even trans because, you know, they're not even going through any kind of operations or changes or anything. And now they're identifying as cats and whatever and whatever and whatever. So now you got these young kids who, you know, their minds ain't fully developed. You're talking about little motherfuckers that still believe in Santa Claus. You know, and now they're starting to hit 11, 10, 11, and they're starting to go through their changes of their bodies, questioning shit. And there is no foundation of truth to give these children. So it removes absolute truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe a lot of things, but I do believe 2 + 2 is 4. That's an absolute truth.
Maybe it's just like how the kid feels, though.
Yeah, but the problem is that they're allowing these children as young as 5 years old to start puberty blockers, which is it's basically that's what they use. Chemical castration. Yeah, that's what they give to pedophiles so that they can't have sex. They say it's reversible, but it's not. And here's the thing: now a lot of people they're seeing a lot more detransitioners than ever before, and it's the ones who turned into dudes are most of them are transitioning back. A lot of them, more than ever before.
See,
I'm wondering if it's that they thought.
I think the thing
I'm wondering if that they thought it would be easier to be a man, became a man, and realized it was so much more suckier to be a man because they're like, oh, men run the world. Then they became a man and realized only 1% of men run the world. Dudes like me, I don't run shit. I don't run nobody. I ain't got no power over nobody. If anything, I'm on the bottom of the fucking pole, because even if I have a family, I'm the piece of shit that has to go and support that fucking family. Otherwise, I'm not a fucking real man. Mm-hmm. And that's still to today's standards. You know, that's still the same.
Man, I think all the reason we're seeing this transgender stuff like in the news is to just really distract, and
it's all distraction.
Yeah, it's being used and manipulated by the government just to do the same thing that COVID did, is just divide the people who are conservative and the people who are.
And what's crazy is most trans people don't agree with the whole thing that they're kicking. You know what I'm saying? Most of them know that they're they transitioned. And they're aware of that, you know. And it's funny because this is that one chick that I had you watching that she's a trans woman and she don't believe in any of it. What's her name? Blair White. I think that's her name, Blair White.
Yeah, I think so.
And she's not with any of this hokey doke shit. You know what I'm saying? And she, you know, and they're going against her. Meanwhile, that's her community.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. When it comes to groups, man, it's all good as long as you're doing what the rest of the group is doing. You know. And that's
Yeah.
that's why I never joined no gangs or any of that shit. I couldn't, I'm not good in being
Complicit.
I just had like, in other words, like if my boy got into beef and that's my dog, I got your back, you know what I'm saying? Especially if we're there. But like, you know, like what if you got into some beef and it was your fault? Now you come to my crib and telling me we gotta go. And I'm like, but dude, that was your fault. I'm not
Yeah.
like you the one who started that shit. You lost. Swallow it. No, in the gang, you're like, oh, my man, yeah, all right, now we all gotta go. Get the fuck out of here. I just got home. I just put a fucking pizza in the oven, man. Come on, man. I've never been with that shit. You know, got all kind of dress alike. I don't know. I don't see the appeal.
Yeah.
You know,
Of transitioning or being in a gang.
I can understand. Listen, I can understand a dude wanting to become a woman. I can't understand any woman wanting to become a dude.
I wouldn't like if I could like actually be like a dude for a day, I would just like, you know, I'm always like wonder, you know what I mean? Like you always wonder like what it's like to like have a dick, you know? But if it's not gonna be like real,
Well, I
like,
always
you
say
know,
I feel like all women have little dick energy and big dick envy.
I just have like really big balls compared to a lot of men I know.
Big balls, you said, compared to a lot of men. You know, well, that's because boom. That's because, you know, your age, these dudes were already starting to get feminized. They were already starting to get it, man. It started with the commercials, man. I used to watch these commercials and I used to be like, am I the only one noticing that in all these commercials, the dude is an asshole? Like the dude is incapable of doing anything unless the woman does it for him. And I started noticing that because I came from a time
What was it? An Eggo commercial we watched recently? Wasn't that what it
Oh
was?
no,
Didn't we watch an Eggo commercial?
No, we watched the commercial Ancient Chinese Secret, huh? Remember that one? The Asian dude has a laundry mat and they're like, how do you get your clothes so clean? And he goes, Ancient Chinese Secret. It's an old commercial.
Yeah.
And
I
then
remember.
and then the wife comes out. She's like, we need more Calgon. And then, you know, the customer's like, Ancient Chinese Secret, huh? And then they lost that customer because she realized all she had to do was buy Calgon.
Oh,
and the clothes would have came out as clean as bringing
Is
it
that
there.
what happened?
That's what I would think. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like, yo, thanks. Why don't you just go in the back and shut up so that I can make our family some money? Right now, they think the clothes are clean because of me. Now they know they can go right over to fucking Boom Boom down the block or fucking Key Food and pick up fucking the same shit I use. And now they don't need to come to me anymore. Stupid ass. I get so upset.
Ruining me.
Ruining our business, bitch. Shut up.
I can't believe the Safe Light commercials are still the same for 100 years.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Like forever, for my whole life.
My windshield got broken. I had to go there. They didn't come in front of my building and do it.
That's false advertising. They're not allowed to do that.
Well, because they tell you because they'll come if they can fill it. If they can fill the crack, they'll come. But if they have to replace the windshield and you got a newer car, the newer cars have all kinds of shit in the wind, in the windshield. So now they can't do it in the front. You got to go there.
Yeah.
You know. And I feel like the windshield I got is always a little foggy.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look as clear as my other windshield used to.
Probably because you smoke in the car.
I smoked in the other one and it looked clear.
Yeah, but
my car don't even smell like cigarettes.
You've had this windshield.
You've driven in my car. Did it smell like cigarettes?
Yes. It's just you can't smell it. Bro.
Not you.
I didn't smell it.
Kate, right? It didn't stink like cigarettes in my car, right? My car was clean.
Yeah.
Actually, my car was pretty dirty that day.
Maybe did you ever wipe the inside of it?
I didn't think of that. Where would I be without a woman?
I'm just here for those genius ideas.
This is what I mean when I don't need anybody else's validation. I don't care that none of y'all laughed at that. I found it funny. And I know funny. Kate knows funny.
74 episodes in a row. Just Gary making himself laugh.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But I know funny. Kate knows funny too. And Kate, what if anyone wants to follow you, what is your Instagram?
It's at Scotch the Cat.
Yeah, you need to change that to something with K. Herman in it.
No, that's what everybody keeps saying, and I'm never changing it. I refuse.
Stop being a rebel for silly things. Pick wiser arguments. It's
If you
because
type
that's
in
your
my
brand.
name, if you type in my name, I know, but it's been the same for like since I got Instagram, like when it first came, you know.
All right. Well, follow her as Scotch the cat.
People call me Scotch now.
Is it because you identify as a cat?
My cat's really cute. When I first got it, that's why I just posted.
Not cuter than my cat. Oh, let's check out some of those modeling pictures. Add a modeling picture. Let's check one out. Oh, look at you.
Yeah, it's called Attention, Please. That's like when I'm having a bad day. I'll just post one of those.
So you
things.
post one of those just so you can get
Beautiful photo,
attention.
yeah.
I feel you. I'm gonna have to start doing that.
And then I'm like, oh,
I'm
I feel
gonna have
bad.
to start posting some sexy pictures of me.
We should do the George Costanza of you on the couch. That's
Grab a
what we should
clip.
do.
Grab one of the clips.
Well, any clip in particular you want?
Which one do you want us to grab?
The unforced error one is quick and cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about that sex trafficker? I mean, congressman from Florida, Matt Gaetz. Yeah, he's a walking unforced error. Like, who keeps receipts of their prostitution scandals? You know, like it's not like you can return a blowjob. You know, like trust me, I've tried. It's messy. The best you could do is like be gifted, maybe. I don't know.
That's
Stupid.
that is actually regifted. For those who don't know, that's called a snowball.
Ew.
And that's why that's so genius, because nobody understood what the fuck you said when you said that. And that's what that shit's called. And I only know that because of Clerks.
Oh yeah, I remember Claire.
Yeah, not because I be playing with snowballs.
Yeah.
I think you're hysterically funny. Follow her. She's been coming around over at the Not Quite Tuesday show doing drop-ins. You can catch her there, but follow us. You post when you're performing, right?
Yeah, I tried to. Sometimes I forget.
All right, cool. Well, follow Kate. I give her the stamp of approval, man. She's we call it comedians to watch, but I call them motherfuckers to watch. She's one of the motherfuckers to watch. This episode is, by the way, in case you were wondering before we let you guys go, this episode was brought to you by XXX Playground. What is XXX Playground? Only the best adult game ever made, people. If you're seeing that your love life is slow and boring and you're too unwilling to try shit, get XXX Playground, order it online, roll the dice and be knee deep in some butt. Literally, your knee will probably end up in some butt. Check out XXX Playground at XXXplayground.com. And if you're looking for some butt in Astoria, check out my boy Big Lou over at Apollo Buds on Crescent Street and Astoria Boulevard. Apollo Buds. You can check out all the links down below in our descriptions and shit.
Downstairs in the description.
Descriptions downstairs.
Shout out What's Good CBD. If you're not feeling the THC, you can try a little Delta 8 or CBD. We got some rub, topical products, vape pens, gummies, all sorts, and the like.
Follow Kate Herman. Follow my man Brian Licata at the video guy.
Brian the video guy.
I don't know, man. Follow me at Gary G Garcia. That's the reason why I use my name. It's easy to remember. And I thank you guys for checking out another episode of Rated G. I'm out. I got the 8 o'clock show.
Thank you.